Hi there, I'm Tom Field. I'm Senior Vice President of Editorial with Information Security Media Group. I am at ISMG Studio at the Gartner Security and Risk Management Summit. My delight is to be talking about Blue Border, the new alternative to securing remote work. Joining me is the CEO of Venn, David Matalon. David, thanks so much for taking time to speak with me.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
So talk about the evolving trends you're seeing here in 2025 when it comes to remote work. It's something we've lived with for 5 years now.
For sure. You're seeing companies with a lot more contractors, a lot more offshore teams, just a lot more remote work in general. I mean, you'll see in the headlines some of this return to office kind of stuff. We're not really seeing that with our customers. Our customers are organizations where remote work is very strategic to how they're growing their workforces, how they're scaling, how they are growing their business. Think about a telehealth organization. Think about a law firm that's modern and more distributed. These organizations are just, this is strategic for them.
So to this point, the primary way of approaching security has been VDI.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are the gaps in that approach?
So look, if you needed to protect company data on a machine that you didn't own, you didn't control as an organization, you would have had VDI. That's the default. That's what you see today out in the field. VDI is slow, it's expensive, it's frustrating for users, it's frustrating for IT to support. We basically flipped the model entirely, on its head. Instead of having applications that are running remotely in the cloud and delivered to your machine but not really running on your machine, with Venn, everything runs exactly the same on your machine. You're running installed application, Outlook, a browser, Excel, no different. Exactly the way you would work otherwise, but the Blue Border kind of surrounds those applications and provides the security. It's totally different. There's no virtualization, no hosting. It's local, it's performance, exactly the way you would use a computer otherwise.
Now, you mentioned browser. I hear a lot of people talking about the enterprise browser these days. What are the flaws in that approach?
Absolutely. The enterprise browsers work. The problem is they're very constraining. So if you have a workforce out there, you need to protect the data, you don't own the machines, it's BYOD, it's contractors, whatever the situation is, if you could constrain them and say, hey, never work outside the browser, it could work. But the reality is it's never like that. Even if most of your applications are browser-based, there's always going to be these little edge cases. People want to use Excel, they want to use Outlook, people have a voice client, they want to use a soft phone. It's just the way it works. So the Blue Border really provides flexibility for any application on the machine, very different than the browser, which is just kind of keep you boxed in a way.
So talk to me more about the Blue Border. What makes it unique?
The Blue Border is totally unique. It's never been done before. We get to demo our product every day for customers and prospects, and they've never seen anything like it. So, look, with VDI, you were able to control the data, but the applications were being delivered remotely in a session. This is totally different than that. This is just local performant application installed. You can literally see an application running inside the Blue Border and outside the Blue Border side by side. One is governed and protected by your employer, company you're working for. One is totally private, you do whatever you need. So the way that we're isolating and protecting work from anything else on the machine, never been done before. Very new, very novel, very unique.
Well, share some of your use cases. What are the benefits your customers are seeing?
So the use cases that we see most commonly are going to be an organization that has a workforce, it's a BYOD situation, it's a contractor situation, and they're using VDI, like we said. You said it. The default way to kind of protect data in that mode, and they're looking for an alternative because of cost, because of user frustration, for a myriad of reasons. And they find us, and they see that distinction of local versus native. It's totally, it's a game changer. And typically when their users understand they don't have to work that way and they can work natively with Blue Border, they get excited by that. Another use case would be an organization that's growing in that kind of BYOD workforce kind of mode, again, for strategic reasons, independent consultants, contractors, etc. And now they have to true up their security posture. They're growing, they're doing well. Also a very, very good use case for us.
You mentioned cost savings. What are the potential?
The cost savings are very real because you're being compared against buying and shipping laptops. And you have a whole security stack. You have to ship them and you have to also collect them. So it's very, very costly. It's a slow way of doing it, and we show them a software-based approach. You can onboard an employee in minutes. So very clear there. Also, the VDI displacement, very clear cost reduction. VDI is not cheap. Citrix is, raising their prices. You have data centers full of infrastructure. This is, totally different approach. All software, very simple.
You're immersed in remote work, so I'm going to tap into your vision. How do you see the future of remote work evolving?
I think remote work is going to be BYOD. I think
No more giving out corporate devices.
I don't think so. For remote work first. I think, you could even think broader than that, but I think the future of remote work is BYOD, because why do you need to buy and ship a laptop and give that, think about it. You're starting a new job. You're a remote employee. You work in your home, in your home office. Wait a couple of weeks while we send you a laptop, open it up, and then have 2 laptops, on your desk. So I truly believe that the future of remote work is going to be one where you work where you want to work, on the device you want to work with, yet still company data is protected, it's governed, and obviously compliance needs to be enforced. And that has to happen together.
Topic you're very much vested in. What's the future of securing remote work?
I think it's going to be solutions like Venn. I think it absolutely has to come together. Like I said, it makes no sense to be shipping these laptops or VDI. There's going to be solutions similar to Blue Border. I think we're going to lead it. I think we're going to really be able to show companies that they can do it this way. I believe that's where it's headed.
Excellent. Where can our viewers go to learn more about remote work, Blue Border, and Venn?
Visit Venn.com. A lot there. Give us a call. We'd love to show you the product.
David, appreciate your time and insight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
Again, the topic's been the future of remote work. You just heard from David Matalon, CEO of Venn, for Information Security Media Group. I'm Tom Field. Thank you for your time and attention today.